If you've seen a humanoid robot dancing online and thought, that's fake, AI generated, or just a guy in a suit, you're not alone. But here's where things get interesting. A tech investor who recently walked into Tesla's robotics lab came out saying something that made even seasoned engineers pause. I saw Optimus 3.
Nobody will remember that Tesla ever made a car. They will only remember the Optimus and that he is going to make 1 billion of those.
And I can tell you right now, nobody will remember that Tesla ever made a car. That wasn't hype from social media. That was Jason Calacanis after seeing the actual hardware. And in the second half of this video, I'll explain what will actually determine whether Optimus succeeds or fails. And it's not how smoothly it walks or dances. It comes down to safety and operating cost, two things that matter deeply, especially for people on fixed incomes. Welcome to InfoByte Network. Let's separate engineering reality from viral illusion. What would justify a claim this big? Here's the critical question. What would a robot have to actually do to justify a statement like that? In engineering, the right question isn't, is there hype? It's, what capabilities must exist for this to be true? We don't need blind faith. We need verification criteria. Because let's be honest, many of us are tired. Tired of shifting timelines, tired of polished demos, tired of promises that never become products. That fatigue is justified. There are two realistic possibilities right now. Tesla is deliberately hiding the most advanced hardware to avoid competitors reverse engineering it. Tesla is still in a pre-Gen 3 phase, testing public reaction while final hardware undergoes validation. Both are plausible, neither requires us to believe blindly. What we control is how we evaluate the evidence. Real robot versus fake, the engineer's checklist. When you watch robot footage, there are 5 technical signatures that separate real hardware from animation, AI video, or costumes. First, force interaction with objects. When a real robot lifts weight, the object pushes back. You should see subtle shifts in stance to compensate. AI videos often miss this physics feedback loop. Second, micro delays at joints. Real motors have response times. When direction changes, there's a tiny pause. Perfectly fluid motion usually means animation. Third, hip and knee compensation. When a bipedal robot rotates its torso, the lower body must adjust to maintain balance. Those small corrective movements are evidence of real-time control. Fourth, center of mass dynamics. Even standing still, a real robot constantly fights gravity. Tiny oscillations are normal. A perfectly rigid torso is suspicious. Fifth, hands and wrists. Human-level hand articulation is one of the hardest problems in robotics. Convincing finger coordination is extremely difficult to fake. If Tesla wants to eliminate doubt, there's one test that can't be faked. A measured force control task, gripping objects with documented pressure, manipulating tools with precision. Until then, healthy skepticism is rational. Why the hands matter more than walking. Dancing gets views. Hands create value. Here's what Elon Musk said about Optimus 3. It will have essentially the manual dexterity of a human. That statement means 3 specific things. First, force control. Apply the right pressure, not enough to drop a glass, not so much that you crush it. Second, fine manipulation. Turning keys, buttoning shirts, handling pills. These require millimeter accuracy and tactile feedback. Third, error recovery. If an object slips, can the robot detect and correct in real time? Tesla has confirmed 22 degrees of freedom in Optimus 3's hands, more than Gen 2. But degrees of freedom alone don't equal dexterity. A car can have 500 horsepower, but without traction and control, it's useless. Same principle here. The real test isn't, can it do a task once? It's, can it do it 100 times, safely and consistently? The OLED face and voice, not a gimmick. According to multiple reports, Samsung will supply an OLED touchscreen face for Optimus 3. That's not about aesthetics. For older adults or anyone managing health challenges, this changes usability completely. Large readable text at eye level, visual confirmation that commands were understood, step-by-step instructions for appliances or medications, live captions for people with hearing loss. Voice integration using Tesla's AI system means Optimus won't just follow commands, it will understand intent. Old voice assistants wait for instructions. An intelligent assistant responds to needs. You say, "I'm cold." It closes a window or adjusts the thermostat. That difference matters. Surgery in 3 years? Reality check. Elon Musk has said Optimus could outperform human surgeons within 3 years. That's a bold claim, and it needs context. For that to happen, 3 things must exist: extreme force precision at sub-millimeter accuracy, regulatory approval and liability frameworks, massive real-world validation data. Current surgical robots already exist, but they're human-operated. Autonomous surgery is a much longer road. My assessment? This is a research direction, not a consumer timeline. But the precision required for surgery translates directly into safer everyday tasks: medication dispensing, wound care, physical assistance without injury risk. Why factories come first: safety and liability. Tesla is deploying Optimus in its own factories first, and that's a good sign. If a robot injures a factory worker, it's a serious but manageable situation. If it injures someone at home, especially an elderly person, the consequences are existential for the product. Factories allow controlled environments, safety protocols, comprehensive logging, rapid iteration. This is how responsible robotics development happens. Timeline and consumer reality. Based on credible roadmaps, Optimus Gen 3 announcement likely 2026, internal deployment 2026, consumer availability earliest 2027. Even then, adoption will be gradual. Delays don't mean failure. In complex engineering, delays often means hard problems are being solved. Price, ROI, and subscription question. Target price $20,000 to $30,000. Expensive? Yes. Unreasonable? Not compared to assisted living costs. The key issue: subscriptions. If Tesla wants Optimus in homes of retirees, veterans, or people on fixed incomes, core functionality cannot be locked behind recurring fees. Optional premium services? Possibly. Basic safety and assistance must be included. The real ROI isn't financial, it's independence, injury prevention, and quality of life. Will Optimus make people forget Tesla makes cars? Not immediately. But if Tesla proves 3 things, everything changes. The hands work safely and repeatedly. Safety systems are robust and verifiable. The economics make sense for everyday people. If those boxes are checked, Optimus won't be a novelty. It will be the first practical humanoid assistant. Now I want to hear from you. If Optimus could help you with only 3 tasks each day, what would they be? Comment safety if fall prevention matters most. Comment companion if daily assistance and interaction matter more. If you value analysis over hype, subscribe to InfoByte Network and see in the next video.